Hello again, Ian and Leona here. Another day in. Oh my god, got popcorn. All is that sesame? Oh fuck me. Sorry about that. I guess I'll have to edit that. Let's try that again from the top. Hello, Ian and Leona here. Another day in Los Angeles, and by Los Angeles I mean Seattle. I have had a doozy of a day, just a doozy of a day. Should I start with my Buttcheeks? Should I start with them? Okay, let's start with it. Okay, so oh my god, listen to that music right when I start my podcast. Anyway, so yeah, let's get to my Buttcheeks. It's a subject of such controversy. So I go as usual to the Seattle Public Library. Why? Because it's the coolest place in this whole entire town. So I'm there and I sit down in the downstairs area because I can't go up to the lovely eating area with my food. So I had to be on the first floor because they broke the escalator. I don't know who broke the fucking escalator, but somebody broke the fucking escalator, which I'm very upset about because then I had to take the stairs. The stairs took forever because I'm a veteran and I'm injured. It's a whole ordeal. It really is. Why do people litter? Okay, hold on. There's one thing I just don't like. I don't like litter, so it takes literally 2 seconds to clean the environment. And these people in Seattle, they don't do that. I don't know why, but they live here. I'm just a visitor. So I swear I'm not stalling. I'm not stalling. I want to talk. I want to talk about my Buttcheeks, but like literally there was a fucking kid there and it was just like kind of ruins the mood. So anyway, I'm there and I have to sit down in the area and the chair is like really fucking high. And I don't know, like I always say, Seattle's filled with fucking perverts, but because of the way that it was, like, the height of it was just so high that when I sat down, it pulled my pants down. Not completely, I wasn't like mooning people, but you could see my hairy back. And of course, Miss Morals is the best way I can put it because I really want to say some fucking nasty shit. I really do. But I'm just not that kind of person. I'm not. So instead, I'm just going to say I had my hairy back out. My back. That's all you could really say. My back. But this woman, who I call Miss Morals, because, you know, the title says it all. If I have to say it again during this podcast, I'm just going to be upset. But either way, she comes over to me. It's like, excuse me. Could you pull your pants up? And I say, you know what? What'd she say? Okay. And then I go to do so. But then not even fucking 5 minutes later, they have this woman, and I swear, you can't call it a tube top if it is literally the Lilu fucking bandage dress in the middle of the public library's lobby. Like, barely covering anything. And it's just like, this woman's fucking flat-chested. It's just like, she was panini pressed. That's correct. She was panini pressed. And this white woman has it all out. And this woman whose staff is like, you know, could you pull your pants up? I'm like, okay, I didn't get into it with it because it's like, I'm not going to be here for fucking forever. It's like, what am I going to do? Argue for the right to bare ass? I mean, does that even make sense? It was within my American sensibility to do so, and that's exactly what I did. Because I was going to go back and forth with her because there was a fucking point to what she said and her religion and her morals and everything. Like, I really want to be that rude American is just like, this is America. My ass is America's ass. So I was told by a captain once. That's America's ass. So I followed what it was, but it just didn't really sit well with me because in a way it's tarnishing my fucking freedom, especially as an indigenous person. Like, I love how these motherfuckers say in Seattle, well, this is indigenous land. This library is on indigenous land. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean to you? Does that mean that I can show up in my indigenous garb? Because I would love to bring a grass skirt. I would love to bring a grass skirt and just have no shirt on and say, what? Bitch, you said it was fucking indigenous land. Either it is or it's just the white man owns you. Which is it? Which is it, girl? Because back in your country, you did things your way. But here, this is America. And I really want to be that person who says, fuck you, bitch, for telling me to fucking pull my pants off. But then I just had the epiphany that I've been trying to just gel within my soul every night. Every night I try and uncondition myself out of America. I know you really shouldn't say that, but yeah, it's true. Like, what am I going to do? I don't hide shit from my fans, okay? If you're a fan of me, I tell you the truth. I tell you the truth because there are so many people who lie to you, do things behind closed doors, and just close off that side of themselves. And I say, no. Like, this woman and I kind of share parallel, I want to say, like, parallel philosophies. So I'm not going to shame this woman too much because legitimately we're kind of walking the same path, but not like hand in hand, but just like walking the same path. What I'm trying to say is, with everything that is going on, with the way that America has destroyed its own country, this is a fucking desert. When that woman was telling me, pull up my pants, I really wanted to fucking lash out, but then I had to say, don't we kind of on the same philosophy, let's say, not the religion, because I am gay as fuck, and I know that there are gay Muslims, but and I do subscribe to you if you're a gay Muslim on X. I love your content, I really do. But the reason why she says that is because not only is it taboo and shameful, even though if I went to your fucking country, all I would see is men lifting up their clothes and having butt sex with each other, because that is, look, I have a porn subscription and that is what I get. That is literally what I see. Okay, so you can't tell me that in your country you're not showing more butts than what I see here, because clearly porn does not lie. Porn does not lie. But either way, I'm trying to say, in that country where this woman and all her beliefs come from, it's a desert. It's a fucking desert. And here in America, we keep thinking of it as, well, it's America. America's redwoods, America's maples, America's ash trees. Guess what? There's not enough of them. There's just not. I come to Seattle, and I only come really to this park because these are the tallest fucking trees. Let me just show them off real quick. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's a tree. That tree is not doing well. How could it? You know, it's dry as fuck here. It is dry as fuck here, and the UV index is high. So her telling me pull your pants up. We speak in that tongue that has no name. Where she's saying, "You see that white bitch over there with the pancake titties, the freckled pancake titties that she gonna have to check for fucking cancer, skin cancer? Do you want skin cancer of your upper butt cheeks? Because that's what you're fucking asking for if you're walking around like this." And I'm like, oh. So she saved lives. She saved lives. I don't like the principle of it because it's just wrong to shame someone about their body, but we don't live in a world where it's okay to do that. I talk about my indigenous background all the time. I do, because I love being indigenous. I didn't completely grow up that way. It was in our own house. We had some indigenous practices that, well, we didn't do outside because, America's really, really prejudiced. But I wasn't taught to be ashamed of my body at all. That's an American thing, to be ashamed of your body. And it's unhygienic to just have these clothes so tight and clingy and sweaty all the time. It's just, my sweaty butt cheeks need some fucking air. Just like that white woman said, you know what, my fucking cleavage needs some fucking air. I saw how red it was before I looked away. I had to look away because it's just like, I don't know if I'm looking at a lobster or is it a person. I couldn't tell. I wasn't getting involved in that. But that's the long and short of it, It was a lovely classical music concert. I did enjoy that. I really did. Actually was able to hear it and enjoy it with some food. I'm like, oh, this is the life. There's a life, there's a life. And I don't know. It kind of irks me, the whole thing of, well, obviously you can't walk around butt fucking naked, but then I'm beginning to say, but why? But why? As much as I want to agree with Miss Morals in principle, because she has a fucking point that, like, throw the faith aside for like 2 seconds and just be practical about it. Skin cancer is real, and skin cancer for people of color does happen. So the idea of, you see the sun out, put the buns back in. It should be suns out, buns out, but we don't have enough trees for that. It was suns out, buns out. It's in my DNA to be suns out, buns out. Because there used to be a canopy, there used to be foliage. You used to be able to just walk around it and you were looking for the fucking sun and be like, God damn, there's so many fucking trees. I'm actually looking for sun, I can't get any. So yeah, at that point, besides the heat and the moisture, you just wanted to be free. But there's none of that. There really isn't. And since I'm talking on the subject of sunlight, our President Trump, wants to do away with daylight savings time. The whole idea of changing the clock 1 hour before, 1 hour after, whatever, I don't know. It's a thing. I just wish that the president could go a little bit further and just say, we need to get off the fucking clock altogether. We really do. Because I don't know how I was going to segue into this, but I have to. Because I tell you guys the truth every single time. I'm going to go for this helicopter then. Okay. My man is feeling it over there. Whatever. He is moving and grooving. There's no way I can segue into this easily. horrible days have happened in Montana. So this past Sunday, according to my Reddit feed, which I don't know why it just decided to fill my head with such drama, is the best way I can put it. But I read that a family man goes to dinner on Sunday, sits everyone down, takes out a weapon, and kills 10 people. 4 of them kids. Now you look around here and people are still walking about. This is Seattle, this happened in Montana, so, it doesn't matter to them. It doesn't. There's no moment of silence, there's no outrage, there's no people walking down the street and crying. They're just not affected at all. And I don't expect you to burst into tears because 4 children are now dead. I expect you to care in America about this. I expect you to want to change because of this, or recognize that this is within all of us now. I don't know why we allow the CDC to get away with not doing their job. This is an epidemic localized to America. This is an epidemic. We make jokes about it, we do a lot of things, but people are being hacked by something. Now, I don't know if it is faulty communication devices or whatnot, but as a concerned citizen, I would want to see a full forensic report of everything, including the devices in the house, because this person was beyond push. You murder fucking 10 people and 4 kids. That's psychopathy on a level that you don't see often. And on a Sunday too, it doesn't sit well with me. If this is a real story, and I believe it is, Reddit would lie to me. So I'm gonna wait for that thing to go by. Yeah, I don't know what is going on with America, but it's been going on for quite some time. I keep trying to have this conversation on YouTube of, yeah, I have PTSD, and if I see a woman, I walk the fucking other way, or I move to another block, or I switch roads. I do whatever it takes. But on a humane level, we can't just ignore each other. We cannot. I had a fuck up at Starbucks throw some shade my way because I asked for a bag, and he's like, do you want me to put the drink in the bag? I'm like, are you fucking... I didn't even bother arguing with him, because I just said, dude, you were so fucking fired, because I took the cards for the manager, and I let the manager know that the person made my drink incorrectly. I didn't even try and put him under the bus for asking if he could put a drink with the lid. The lid that has the lips on it, so you know that the beverage would just splash in there, and it's just, if I have to explain it, why would he even say it? But either way, I complained about it, I asked my money back for that specific drink because it was made incorrectly and it tasted terrible. So I had to go to, because it's just like, I just paid for it. So I went to the other Starbucks, and the other Starbucks was like, oh, hi, Ian again. And it's just like, I know you're not fucking happy to see me. But like, honestly, how much money have I fucking spent with you? Have I spent thousands of dollars with you? Okay, don't fucking crack a smile for me. You don't have to fucking crack a smile for me. You don't have to fucking kiss my ass. but don't say my name like, hi, Ian. No, you say, hi, Ian. You say, hi, Ian. I paid thousands of dollars at that fucking Starbucks. I'm not saying kiss my ass. I'm not saying pretend to be super happy, but don't you fucking take it down a notch. Like, I'm somehow beneath you. It's like, bitch, I fucking spent thousands of dollars at Starbucks. You treat me as a customer with respect. You make my drink properly. But either way, he referred me to, I can only refer to her as Martha Kent. I can only refer to her as Martha Kent because she looks like Martha Kent. And Martha took my order and she was like, so what did you order? And then she didn't even fucking listen. So she just took the sticker off. I was trying to read off of it. But then she got it wrong too. But it was closer to, and at that point I was just like, with your Martha Kent arms that strong, I got the gist of what I wanted to order. So I got that. But my idea of, I'm really upset right now is, well, just go to the next Starbucks. go to another Starbucks. It's not a perfect system, but they made it right as best they can. And I get it, you chose a job where you literally cannot move around. You chose a job where you have to work with people who sometimes say thank you and sometimes don't. But you still show up every fucking day. And I know you got bills to pay, but if you really don't want this job, then give it to someone who does. Because there's so many people who are like, I could do what you can do. What is it? You press the picture, and because everyone does the picture menus now. Like, they lowered the standards at most of these places. And most of these people, they just tap anyway. Or it just comes printed out because they did a mobile order. So it's not exactly like you're a waitress or something where you got to juggle 5 or 6 orders at once. It's all nice and labeled for you. You just read the label and you just move like a robot from one station to the next. But that's the whole point. If you don't want that job, give it to someone who does, or just hire robots. Hire robots and say, you know what? I don't need this. I don't need this job. I don't need this stress. I don't need this job. I don't need this stress. Fine. I'm done. Quit. I don't know this guy. I guarantee it was a guy. Like, women stop at like 7. Guys go up to 10. Yeah, it's definitely a guy in Montana. But whatever was festering with him, whatever was eating him up inside, that he had to do what he had to do, you just want to say, so where were your neighbors? Where was your town? Where was your mayor? Where was your boss? Where was anyone? Where was your doctor? Because in America, it's fuck you, you're on your own. If you learn to work with other people, you're a little bit smarter than the rest. But fuck you, you're on your own. But fuck you, you're on your own is turning deadly now. It's not, well, gee, by golly gosh, I've got to figure something out super quick. No. This man would rather send his kids to his heaven than accept that he couldn't provide whatever for them, or he wanted out. And it's okay to want out, but you gotta leave. They still want to figure things out. 4 kids. But everyone, look at that. Still just playing music, and it's Seattle, it's not Montana. These people have no connection to each other. Why do we have a flag? This is what I want to ask myself when I see flags on civilians, or I see a Navy hat on someone who didn't even serve at all. It's what do you contribute? What do you do? Don't tell me that you just do a job, because that's not enough. That's not enough for me. I've given up everything for this country. And yeah, I'm that selfish. Give it a second here. Yeah, I've given up a lot for this country. I've given up my health. I'm limping terribly. I can barely move my legs sometimes. I'm still having issues with it. It's a war injury. And then I still have my PTSD, which is awful. It's awful to have PTSD. Especially from military sexual trauma, because for the people who just have, well, we went over an IUD and then that's loud noises and you're suspicious of people. When you're sexually assaulted or sexually harassed or sexually abused, that's a violation that goes much, much deeper. Much deeper. Because then you have to say, I can't trust anyone. Because they just always take liberties with my body, with everything. And I've just been violated so many times. And always by women, like never by hot guys. Like, being violated is awful, but can I be objectified by a guy once? Ever? It just, I don't know. I mean, it's not like I'm ugly, so at least I don't think I am. I don't. I think I'm really attractive. I mean, I have terrible sense in fashion because I wear the same thing every day, but what am I going to do? Actually wear different outfits like these people. That'll be the day. I don't know. I read that and I said, I'm going to have to talk about it on my channel, because it goes to a deeper issue of what does the flag mean? What does the flag mean? Because if in an overall federal sense we're not taking care of this, that's a problem. If on a state level we're not taking care of this, that's a problem. On a city level, that's a problem. Now, I know it's a bit harsh because it's almost like, so, I mean, what do you want? Do you want the mayor to go door to door and say, is everything all right? Do you need anything? Is the city providing enough for you? Do you need someone to speak on your behalf? Oh, I'm sorry. Isn't that what they're fucking elected to do? That's what they're elected to do. But somehow it's beneath our elected officials to talk to us as people. I say this as a person with PTSD, so that's why I'm not going that route of trying to get elected or trying to rally people. It's like, no. I'm having a conversation which some people may listen to. You may listen to this. If you agree, good for you. You win a prize of being awake in a world of people who are asleep. I had to take the long way up the stairs because I don't ride in elevators if I can help it with females. Which is why I said, you know, I'm on a parallel path to that woman's religion, because there's a point to it. It's like, if you're not married to this unknown woman, are you really going to fucking jeopardize your entire career with, oh my god, he brushed up against... I ain't dealing with that fucking shit. I don't want to be dealt with. I don't want to deal with any of that kind of shit. But the idea that our elected officials are siphoning money from the people, and you don't see a return to that, is an issue for me, because That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money that can go to other things. Some people want to recall Seattle's mayor. And I said, I don't think you get it. I really don't think you get it. Because by recalling that person, you're just saying, okay, we'll go to the next person in line, or you have to hold a special election if you really wanted to go that far, which is your prerogative. You could do that too. But that involves asking the people what they want. And sometimes they're so busy. They're so busy that they just forget that active participation is the only defense against tyranny. I speak this truth as the biggest techie ever. I love sticking my head in books. I love sticking my head in a guy's ass because I'm gay. I love it. I love it. I will not be ashamed to say that I'm very queer. But I love tech. But tech can be a distraction. I took that long route. I took it. I had to go through this red room and everything, and I swear it is this catharsis for birth. And I must have had birth on my mind, because I don't know if this woman, her water broke, or she just decided she needed to piss in the street. But right as I'm on 3rd Avenue, this woman pulls down her pants and just lets out this fucking splashy stream. And it was like, who let the fucking horse out? It's just like, you're not supposed to look at it, but you can't really look away, because you're just like, I need to remember where that spot is so I don't step in it. Because you're going to leave and I'm going to have to remember not to step on that spot ever again. Ever again. I have to fucking cross the street at that block. But anyway, I walk up the stairs and I'm on the floor where I normally have my lunch and my breakfast and all my fucking meals. I like eating at the fucking library. It's fucking lovely. But as I left the staircase, it took me a while because I'm injured and all that. But when I did, I saw a bunch of people, different walks of life. Some were homeless, some just, it's summer, they didn't really feel like doing anything else, but they were all staring at screens. And I guarantee that the majority of them are not getting paid for this. But they came all the way to a library, which, by the way, is not a library. Like, you literally have concerts in the lobby. You have like an eating area. You got a full cafe. You're not really a library. But it struck me as sad. I mean, I'm glad that this Silicon Valley found the formula, the magic algorithm to the fireworks that distract the zombies, distract humans from their baser instincts to fight or to love, punish, but sometimes care and nourish. All of it is gone. And we used to have this discussion with pharmaceutical companies of, are you just medicating people out of being human? And Silicon Valley, it should be Silicon, Shaka Khan, whatever. They said, hold my beer. Because they could do it better. Because when you have these devices you don't think about what it does to you, how it changes you inside. How, unless you're on this side of the camera, you're trapped on the other side. Being trapped on the other side, minutes go by, hours go by, days go by, years go by, while you watch everyone else enjoy the life that you want. That you want. How frustrating must that be? How frustrating to watch people be happy, sometimes because they're faking it, travel, make out with other attractive people, all the things that you want to do. And then you go to your family dinner and you say, I don't want this. I just saw someone who was enjoying a better life. I don't want this. And then you reach for your weapon and you melt people down. And America says, that's all on that person. It's all on them. We don't own any of this. I disagree. I think that in America, you're pushing people into these positions where they don't feel like there's any other way. Yes, psychosis is a real thing, but so is loneliness, so is the bleak depression of looking at your own mortality and saying, I never accomplished what I wanted to accomplish, or, life isn't turning out the way that I want. I want responsibility. I'm not trying to argue for the defense, because if I did, it would exonerate a lot of people who are probably on death row for these heinous crimes. But this is a clear situation. Wow, there's some nice tattoos. That is a hottie. That is a Seattle hoodie. I'm very gay. And I'm single and I fucking hate it. But back to my argument for defense, which I hate to do because, you're not a lawyer, but you're defending monsters. But I'm doing my civic duty. And I say to my fans, I don't lie to people. If there's a deeper problem than this one guy and his mass murder spree, even though technically it's all within one day and it seems more of a crime of passion, but I think there's more in play. I think that that person was most likely pushed. I can't prove it. I'd have to do a deep dive into the social media consumption. I'd have to speak to co-workers. As a reporter, or maybe I can have a cousin do that for me. Or maybe his wife. I'll let her do it. But either way, what's the point of wearing this outfit if I don't kind of take a little reference with it and do the job of a superhero? I mean, it's nice when you have CGI to back up your superpowers, but sometimes X-ray vision is you just see through bullshit. And when I read a story like that, I say, it just smells off to me. And when it smells off, I get worried because this is repeatable. It has been repeatable. If anything, this is a copycat. It's not original. But there was a moment, there was, where there could have been a different approach. Maybe not a full intervention, because how would you ever know? But when we're talking about things like daylight savings hour, thank you, President Trump, for bringing that up. I say to myself, maybe some extra sleep instead of extra money is what this country needs. Some say we'll give you more hours in the evening during winter if you did it that way. Just had it permanent. Lack of sleep is a problem in America. We are a caffeine addicted, adrenaline addicted, energy drink addicted country. And maybe that made sense when you spent more time at the end of the day, whenever you got to it, with your family. And you saw that as a point of healing, to have a family, to love them, to check their homework and do all those things that a parent should. But now having children feels like a straitjacket because you didn't really want it. You didn't want that. You wanted something different. Or maybe it just becomes a hassle. It becomes difficult. It requires a certain level of adulthood that most people never mature into, speaking as a superboy. But that's when you're supposed to lean on other people or find that strength within yourself. I'm not going to ask Mayor Katy Perry to care about this kind of thing that happened in something that wasn't even her state. I'm not going to ask a governor what was his name? Anyway, the one from California that wants to be president. I'm not going to ask him to want to change anything about American culture, because that's something that they don't put into campaign promises. They don't talk about it. They don't talk about the fragility of the American nuclear family. I do, because I'm so single. And if I did find a handsome guy like this guy, if that guy was available and, we got along well enough, we would have babies together, or we would try to make some babies together quite often. I would fill him up, and I would wait. And if 9 months there was no baby that came out of that, I would say we will just keep trying it every night until something happens. Until then, I'm going to enjoy that. He looked like he had a good ass too, so I try to be serious about this, but I'm very gay, and single, and it's been a while. It has been such a fucking long while, and I had to deal. I had to deal with Temptation Island. I can only describe it as Temptation Island when, I don't know, the shelter knows I'm leaving because it's the end of the month and I've spent 2 months there, and they've already got me with, dude, you like living on a commune. That's you. You're the type that likes living on a commune. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. I do. I would prefer it, but communes are difficult. Number one, because, you know, I kind of want to have a men's commune, or at least a men's yoga retreat that doesn't end. I don't know. I'm gonna wait for the sirens to go away, and but whatever that reggaeton music, I'm just gonna wait for that. That guy is so cute. Look at that man bun. Oh, sexy. I'm so single. I'm so single. I keep saying it like that because I'm just wait for this reggaeton. I swear that, you know, these people are just doing laps. Okay, so I really do have to get a selfie stick. If anything, just to be that obnoxious person that's clearly recording instead of, you know, just having a one-sided conversation. You got to be a bit more ostentatious with it, I guess. All right, should be clear. All right, let's talk about these. So the shelter knows I'm leaving, and I don't know how it is, but you know, I've been telling you that it's just been just old men that have been there, and I look, I'm not that young, but this guy, who should remain nameless, should remain nameless, but this guy shows up, and I can only describe him as the Menudo wet dream. I'm going to refer to him as MWD. MWD. Massive backtick. Oh my god, Mexicans with dick. That's the only thing I can say. Wow, wow. Like, I don't know how to describe this, because dude is legitimately the most beautiful thing I have seen in years. In years. The man is perfect. Absolutely perfect, symmetrical. He is. His eyes are so beautiful. His body is a work of art, literally a work of art. He is pure muscle, pure muscle. Like, he's the type of guy you just fantasize over. And I know I'm supposed to leave, so I'm in there and I'm trying to brush my teeth, and I do it so rarely. But he saw that as a sign to let me talk to you. So he starts talking to me, and I don't know, we talk about some things. But since he's so well put together and everything, it just goes to, are you a cop or are you a cultist? Because either way, if you're not fucking me, I mean, I ain't got shit to fucking really talk to you about. I mean, you're nice to look at, but I mean, I guess, is that the fucking fantasy now? The honeypot syndrome, where it's, bitch, you better fucking put out, or I have no reason to fucking talk to you. Which is hard to do, because it's just like, you're in a shelter, so it's like, we cannot, we shall not, we mustn't. Serving some Bridgerton realness there. Oh my god. It's been a while, and he's an attractive man who talks to me, and I don't know how he fucking I don't know how he fucking did this, because these are the same people who are like, "You will put your shirt back on. How dare you? How dare you walk around with your shirt off? Bad, bad, bad." And this motherfucker, I mean, look, he has a nicer body than I do. I mean, he has a really nice body. Like the lowest body fat percentage you could possibly think of. I'm just gonna wait for this. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not hearing any rock songs. I'm not hearing any country music. America's changing in so many ways. I'm just waiting for these fucking things. They keep fucking circling. So the reason why I bring up this weird encounter with this super hot guy of dubious morals is because, bitch, I am fucking leaving. I'm fucking leaving. You know, that I love the idea that in some alternate universe, I actually stayed and tried to change things. I tried to save people. Kind of like there goes that rap music. Okay. Just like the Mormons who literally circle me. Mormons are literally circling me because I decide to go out at a very random time. To me, it was a random time. And I turn down a street and then I meet the same people and they're like, "You want to come to a baptism?" And I'm like, "You having a wet t-shirt contest?" It was like, count me in. Oh, I love that. But in a way, they are kind of saving people. I mean, yeah, they're spiritually saving people, but there's something seriously off about America. And it's not because they don't really pray, it's because they have no reason to gather, see community or commonality between each other. I just got to show this all. Netflix my wish list. Netflix my wish list. You say Bridgerton, and Bridgerton literally appears. And I would literally just cream everywhere if I had to share a screen with Jonathan Bailey for 2 seconds. 2 seconds. The man is lovely. He has strange muscles, strange muscles. And I do want to bend his ear about a couple Marvel roles, but that's just because I'm a fucking fanboy for Marvel. Even though I'm rocking my DC. And that, I did want to talk about that now that I'm here. I was having a thought about, I believe it was X-Men Apocalypse. Yeah, it was definitely X-Men Apocalypse, where I'm talking like an older movie, so if you haven't seen it, I'm gonna fucking spoil it for you here. But anyway, Magneto decides to go live a life apart, like most people do. You know, you see what's going on in the world, you see how the people are being abused and hunted. You take a moment to yourself to go somewhere else. But he started a family. He tried to do that, and I related to that when I saw it, because I said, you know, as a veteran, the goal of most veterans is fucking find a place to stick your fucking head in the sand and wait it out. Whatever the fuck is going on, find a foxhole and wait it out. That's why are people fucking running around, mate? Anyway, that's not a good idea. It really isn't. Number one, because there is no really waiting it out. There are too many things that are going on that make you wonder what is the largest scope of this wanton destruction that's happening here in America. They say it's really, really hard to get fissionable material here in America, but I don't know for sure. You don't know for sure. Today it was, on Sunday, the Montana man with 10, but what if he decides, well, fuck it. I hate the whole entire state of Montana. I hate the whole country. I hate the whole world. Like, how far are these destructive people gonna fucking go? Now, veterans want to stick their fucking heads in the sand and say, it's not our fight. We served already. We don't have to talk about it. We'll raise our families. We'll go hide out in the woods, or, you know, we'll go on a fishing trip. We'll do what we do to get away from these fucking people that we know have been corrupted. It's like someone hands you a floppy disk and you just stick it into your head. Now, sometimes you get good stuff that way. You do. But sometimes you don't. And I think America's just not getting good things in there. Just not. I started with, I don't really trust American comms. And I'm beginning to see why. So, I was talking about Magneto. I have to say that I'm okay with a female Magneto, but then it does kind of go to, what is Magneto really about as a character? Because when some people talk about things like the Holocaust, they roll their eyes. I wouldn't. Because that happens all the time. It happens in ways that we refuse to acknowledge, we refuse to see. AIDS was a Holocaust. AIDS was a Holocaust for gay people. There was the Jewish Holocaust. That was the one for gay people. AIDS. There weren't any fancy uniforms or people speaking in German. It was people speaking in the language of your local people. But they didn't lift a finger for you. They didn't try to help. They didn't let that one or that one. They didn't help you. They didn't care that American citizens were being infected. They didn't. They saw it as a way to get rid of intellectuals, as a way to get out of speaking to the troublemakers in society, the people who would question things. They would say it's the fault of gay people for being so promiscuous, but some of us weren't promiscuous. We just made a poor choice with who we chose as a partner. Sometimes partners were divided because, well, lack of fidelity, or before you there was someone else. Now, I'm far removed from that particular time period, but I can't ignore that that was an example of America walking away from American citizens. Just like, I will say it again, 9/11, where America sacrificed New York City. To them, it was New York City will bounce back from it. This will actually be great because we can increase the security for New York City. So this way we can have even more tourists because it'll be the safest place because it'll have a bigger budget. It's a win-win situation, except that people have to die in order to make that happen. It's just like, what? I'm gonna let this reggaeton. That's your country. That's America. America is a wonderful country until it decides that your city isn't worth it. Your citizens aren't worth it. So they let things slip. They let things go by. They do all this. They don't see it as a humanitarian value, that if you're an American citizen, if you're born here or naturalized, or if you work here, that your life has value, that you contribute to this community. Were all the people in that Twin Tower a saint? Hardly. But they were people. They were Americans. And I don't know why America would sacrifice its people that way. But if it does it then, and they did it again in the past, what makes you think that they could not do that again? Because that's what is happening here. We have more technology, we have surveillance, we have everything. But we don't use it to protect. We don't use it as a deterrent. We don't use half the stuff that we have. Now, there's probably a dossier that says all the things that they actually averted. But at a certain point, they have to declassify that and say, this is proof of what we do and why this method works, because I'm questioning the methods of both the American government and the West Coast, who, in their own way, have strayed from the fucking path. So I'm looking for proof. Make me a believer. Just like I said to that young man with silk underwear that said believe. Dude has that written there. You know I was going to walk up and talk to that. Twinkie as that is, and too sugary for my fucking taste. But I wouldn't be male if I didn't, I mean, I'm sorry, I'd have to turn in the black card if I didn't stroll up to that and say, let me talk to you, my love. Because I did. And he was on the phone, so clearly, I have no game. I have no game. But that's okay. I'm just one of those people who... I'm a nerd. I get it. It doesn't mean that I'm wrong. We have to face the pain that Americans are dealing with. America is in pain. And I don't know how to fix that, I could offer solutions, but I think maybe it's time for America to listen to each other. Not in a surveillance way and not in a confessional way, but just... If you're struggling in America, there's so many programs, so many. America isn't perfect, but you can't say that in some cases that they don't have any resources to maybe pull you out of wherever you're in. Or if they don't have enough, then you have to ask for it. You have to ask for what you need instead of turning to such violence. How can you shoot kids and be okay with it? How can you wake up every single day and live your life knowing that children are being slaughtered? I hate those fucking things, but they don't deserve that. Absolutely not. So I'm gonna keep talking about this. I don't care if I have 0 people in my chat. This is an important issue. This is the most important American issue. Why is America in pain? That's all. That's all I want to talk about. Why? For a country that lives in such excess, to say that you're sad or you feel alone means something. There are some things that money just can't buy. I swear, these fucking reggaetons. Alright, let's go through it. My name is Ian Leon. I'm an environmentalist, I'm a human rights activist, I'm a mutant, I'm a werewolf, I'm an alien, I'm a metahuman. I'm a veteran with PTSD from military sexual trauma. I'm not getting any better. I'm packing my bags and I guess I'm leaving Seattle. As much as I complain about this city, it wasn't the worst city in the world. For all its creepiness, and the city is pretty fucking creepy, there's some things that were nice. I thank the city of Seattle for hosting me, putting up with me, an ornery, crotchety old man like me. But I believe my work here is done. I've got to head off to the next locale, see if I can help those good people. I mean, technically, I want to go straight to Montana and just be that nosy person that just says, do you need to exercise? Do you need better nutrition? Do you need someone just to listen to you? Because that's what people need in America. They need good, solid food. And maybe someone to listen to them. Someone not to judge them, but to allow them to share their hopes and their fears and their dreams. And then maybe, just maybe, help them get there. I mean, there aren't a lot of shortcuts in life, but why would you want to share someone else's burden? Is it because you recognize that when you carry someone else's burden, it's not that much of a burden? I hope to see you on the next podcast. Kisses. I'll see you on the next podcast.